We are back, ladies and gentlemen. It's Division 1 race. Now, round 6 of Ha Long Bay International Circuit, the second ever round at this circuit. We are joined by Gus the Goose.
Hello. Welcome back to Formula ROBLOX League and its newest track introduced last season in Season 9. The championship is wide open with a 12-point gap between the first and second place drivers, both teammates, T-Jerk Boy leading the way from man-15. And we are starting the 12-minute qualifying session, qualifying slightly longer this time because this track is the longest in terms of pure length on the calendar, and laps get closer to 2 minutes than on any other track, about 1 minute 40 high 1 minute 40s to be expected of the lap times on this track going into qualifying.
And the lap times will be longer in 10 minutes time, as this will be a rain session for 10 minutes. You can see the driver standings on the screen as well as the Constructors' Championship. Oh, wait. Now you should see everything. Yes. Now you should see everything that is shown on screen. So T-Jerk is leading Moonbifting by 12 points, and then Going McCreary with 67 number, 3 podiums and 1 fastest lap, and third with a comfortable advantage over Ava Flakes, Andrew and Royal, who won't compete in any other event anymore, and Crisscross, oh my god, who is one of the favorites to stand on the podium. He has done a very good times of 47.1. As we see one of the confirmed racing squad drivers attempting to start a lap as the first car. As we see the Constructor Championship, no doubt that confirmed racing squad is on a rush to win the Constructors Championship as fast as it's possible. And here's for the And here's the spreadsheet legend. First place is golden, and as you can see, as we're starting the qualifying already.
If Confirm Racing Squad didn't attend the next two events, that's a 1-2 pole, second, and a fastest lap, and another good weekend to boot. 3 weekends in a row in order to surpass Confirm Racing Squad, the two drivers of the yellow and black machines.
It's impossible, isn't it?
Another league, and mostly fueled by their desire to overtake each other in this championship. Man-Pifting looking to be, by numbers, the most successful driver in Formula ROBLOX League history, with the most championships, both in all divisions and at the top division. He would gain both numbers if he became champion this season. T-Jerk Boy is still seeking a first championship, yet to win any championship on the Formula ROBLOX League level, but has come bitingly close on multiple occasions. You're going to hear a lot about the Season 8 finale this season and that fateful day.
He seems to be
on that fateful day, weren't you?
He seems to be he seems to be the fastest driver now, as he takes the first purple sector, but the second purple sector is beaten up by Man-Pifting, his teammate. So we will see a rush down to the line from two Confirm Racing Squad drivers. T-Jerk goes a little bit wide, but I don't think he has lost any time from that run wide. Now he seems to go. He's neat, he's quick, but is it quick enough to patronize what is coming next, what is coming for Man-Pifting? Now he pushes the car into the limits. He almost goes wide. In the penultimate corner he goes wide, and he goes 47.1. It's in time unbeaten for now. Will it be unbeaten? No. Man-Pifting and Crisscross fall short. Lepre goes 4th, fastest, the slowest right now. KitKat, Ava Flakes and Geo set their lap times. Wow, that's a less than a tenth of a second of advantage over Man-Pifting from T-Jerk.
Absolutely dizzying final sector. The whole track is dizzying. It's full of blind crests and corners, as we see in the Manti car. Glitzy Glow is attempting their lap there in the final sector. It's easy to become complacent in that final sector. You think you've nailed all the hard part for the lap, but you have to set up the final corner. In fact, this is the first sector of the lap. This track is so full of long straights that even I'm getting confused. Tio Chalbom, reigning Division 2 East champion, is coming on some traffic right now. Mercedes 44 fan is also attempting to start a lap. Slowest of the active qualified times, that is Max and Ninja 33 in 12th and 1.7 seconds off the pace we're going to see qualifying gaps just be a bit bigger in this session.
Now let's go on board with Brawl Stars Master to have a look on this beautiful track. Uphill, turn 1, before 100 meters, the braking, and off the line you go. He goes perfectly, and now down the hill for the fast and flowing section of turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, and that long turn 5, which can bring you to death. Now uphill, the end of sector 1 for that line turn 6 right-hander, and the fast and deceiving section of up until turn 10. Now, Brawl Stars Master goes green, of course. He can't beat T-Jerk's lap time. He goes very, very neatly through that section. He doesn't make any corner cuts. He doesn't make any mistake. And now, for one of the most betraying corners in this calendar, it's very, very hard to time the braking. And now he goes perfectly. That seems to be a very, very good lap from Brawl Stars Master, who has been promoted very, very recently to the main spot of Bordello Cotangan Racing, who is racing in their special livery for the upcoming rounds. Now he's finishing the sector 2 and is another green sector. It seems to be a very, very good lap from Brawl Stars Master. Mistakeless drive from the Canadian driver with number 50. Now he goes up the hill for a very, very fast and flowing turn. I've lost the count on turns, but it doesn't matter. He goes down the hill now. We see some many elevation changes throughout the lap. That's what makes this track very, very unforgettable. Now for the last final turns, which are also very, very fast flowing, that's what makes this track unique. Now he goes for the last turn. He goes very, very close to the limits, and he goes onto the line. He goes 7th.
First car SMG has set the first sector. The onboard camera is a bit loud and getting us up here in the booth, but the offboard camera is quite easy. So it is a sensational assault no matter what way you spin it. Chris Goss OMG seeking another pole position in the Formula Roblox League. Not unfamiliar with taking pole, but I don't remember how they qualified for this particular circuit.
Chris Goss has never taken a pole
there's
position.
no improvement in the middle sector, so it's all down to the third one.
Chris Cross has never taken a pole position. His best qualifying ever P2 in Constantina this season. Now he could improve this, but he doesn't this lap. He goes wide and he abandons the lap.
It's been 5 minutes and I've already gotten the Chris's confused as we watch the 14 Manti, the Division 2 East champion, attempting their lap. 5th place. The early phases of the season, Tier Chelvam was kind of lost in the wilderness a bit in Division 1 and wasn't really getting some insane results. They've seriously turned up the heat these last 3 races as Eva Flackies and Sebastian Couteau are fighting for track position, and Eva Flackies fails.
Eva Flackies lost. Sebastian Couteau goes third. So not only is the battle won, but also a lap that's won, but Tier Chelvam also goes very, very fast. 47.4 is a lap to remark. Tier Chelvam, whose last result was, I believe, P6 in Ludwig. But the lost to Italy is though...
They flirted with top 3, but have never really been able to seal it in either session. We also have, in the Lazados, number 5 machine, although that number is supposed to be changed on the car soon. Italy is, though, who received a Division 1 promotion at the beginning of this weekend due to their strong performances in the Division 1 starts.
Yeah,
due
it
to the
needs to be...
nature of the announcement, Funny Group Racing will be given special permission to run them in Division 2 for 1 more weekend.
Yes, it needs to be talked about a lot. It needs to be talked about a lot because Italy is on a rush right now. He's on fire. P5 at last weekend at Ludwig, won Division 2 East race by 10 seconds. He seems to be ready for Division 1, and I believe he will attempt to show us this throughout this lap. A very, very neat turn 1, and now down the hill for that fast and flowing turn section that ends sector 1. He seems not to make any mistakes, which is very, very surprising for a rookie on this level. No, what I'm saying, it's not a rookie. But anyway, Italy is though finishes the sector 1 and it's green.
Looking to see if there's any other... Pifting is not improving on their lap, and they're, as always, just a hair off their teammate and rival. Teacher hasn't attempted another lap. They are on track, but they're not currently They're not currently have cut the beam yet, so they're not on a flying lap as it stands now.
Are you
Lots of
sure?
improvement
Because
in
I see that
midfield.
Mempifting has set a purple sector too, and what he seems to finish his lap actually. He goes onto the line, and we'll see if he actually finishes the lap. He goes! He does finish the lap, and the rain comes already! The rain comes already, and this will shuffle the things down. Not only for the final qualifying laps, but also for the start of the race. Their strategy must be very, very confusing as it was before the race. I got from an inside information that there were many, many concerns about what the strategy could be. Could it be a one stop? Could it be a two stop? Could it be a three stop? And no, the full race is 21 laps around this long, long circuit. It could be a hassle going with the strategy right. But
The
we'll
drivers are desperate. Th're trying to put in laps. There's a bunch of drivers who haven't put in a lap yet, and they're going to be suffering because of this rain. The track is still considered dry right now, but it won't be for long.
we will
It's
see
gonna
whether
start slowing down. I've driven this track in these conditions. You just
will
can't
s-
extract the same time around these corners.
we will
They're gonna
see
be
if
starting at the back,
Crisscross
unfortunately.
we will see if Crisscross, oh my god, will be concerned about this weather change. It seems he does. He stays P5. He doesn't improve any time. So what it seems like that no one will improve, and that's a very, very good information to T-Jerk, who is 25 milliseconds ahead of his rival, his closest rival for the title, and this will add 1 point of his tally over Mempifting. From 12 to 13 the gap goes. Oh, as Mercedes has hit the wall. He has hit the wall while making a green sector 1, and it seems to be over
I think he was
for
too
the
late anyway.
TMP
We
Motorsports
just can't improve the
Reserve.
times at this pace.
Yes. So hardly any drivers are finishing their laps, hardly any drivers are improving. We see Tidruk that is fighting for his life to actually improve by a tenth or two or maybe a millisecond, but the time graphic shows otherwise. The time graphic shows that he has 2 red sectors, but who knows what Tidruk has done in this previous laps. Maybe he has done a slight mistake that will turn into his hands, that will turn into his favor for these final changes, but it seems that Tidruk drives way slower and he goes onto the pits. We need to also talk about the pit entry, which is also very, very betraying, which might be very, very deceiving because of that barrels inside the turn that goes straight to the pits into the garages.
Noemi Chris 2 has not even set a time yet, and chances are they're going to be. They can't be higher than 15th because those are the times that were set during the raining conditions. Absolute disaster qualifying for the Swift GP driver.
Yeah, a driver who's third in the driver standings, who has a comfort elite over Ava Flakes, who's P4, but he has a strong gap to build, to settle down to Mempifting, so it doesn't help him in order to do so. He hasn't set a lap time as you said, and it seems to be that the max he can do is P17, which is very, very destroying for Goimi Chris, and he needs to go from last to whatever position he can in order to minimize the damage that he will concede. So Goimi Chris is the last one.
Still within the range. We'll see what kind of
finish.
time he can do. He's going to cut the beam. It is going to be only 17th. And
Yes.
on I believe the back row, sadly.
Yes, as predicted. As predicted, P17 is the max he could do in the sketchy conditions. And we see that one of the drivers are finishing their laps, but it doesn't seem that he will improve tax 2, 4, up to 8. He stays in P8. That's a very, very good qualifying position for him to start with. And we will see what the drivers will do in these sketchy conditions. Now, Tidruk Boy, Mempifting on the top, but Tirushavam, we need to talk about this more. Best qualifying performance and maybe a sensation of this qualifying. He hasn't been this high ever as a rookie in Division 1. P4 for Sebastian Cateau and P5 for Crisscross. Then Italy, Brawl Stars Master, a very, very good qualifying session for Lezados and for Patangens. And then Ava Flakes and Geo. And now we'll see what the drivers will have in their mind. All of them are not on inter tires, they're all chosen the dry slicks, and away we go from the line. Two Confirm Racing Squad drivers and Tiro Shavam and Sebastian Cateau off up the hill they go into turn 1.
Like the first turn at Coda, it's a tight hairpin, it's almost blind, and Menpifting has taken the lead on the first lap again from his rival, just like in previous races.
They are fighting wheel to wheel almost every corner, every second, might be every lap as they fade away from Tirushavan by half a second. They win to him, just ahead of Sector 2. So it seems that they will fight between each other once again. But who knows what this race will have in mind, especially with the weather changes that are upcoming. It will be dry in 5 minutes. It doesn't seem though that the track is at least damp. It's dry, but it still rains.
Tiro Shelvam is lagging like crazy. He's gone from 3rd to 16th to 5th to 3rd to 16th in the matter of corners. He's having an absolute battle with his system. You can see just looking at him visually.
That's a very, very good start from Italy Isdo, from P6 up to P3. That's one start he would want to talk about later in the future if he does make this big in points, big in position. Oh, Brostas Master drops down to P15. We'll see what the problem he has. He seems that he has made a mistake. Maybe he has run wide. That's a very, very deceiving when coming through. I believe it will be the second corner of Sector 3. I don't know the exact number of this turn, but when you are on worn tires, when you are inside the dirty air area, it might be very, very hard to make these two follow-up corners stick.
Play game started last place, they're up to 11th place, now up to 10th place. Just on that first lap alone, fastest first sector means they were the fastest mover off the flag.
Yeah, Play Games and Goem and Chris are on the rush right now. They were the two last cars on the grid, and they are now respectively P10 and P11. They have started. Play Games has started on softs. Chris has started on softs, and Play Games on mediums. But Play Games is actually known for its amazing racecraft, which might be even among the top drivers. He has shown this every round that in qualifying he might deduct, but he will improve, he will rise to his max abilities when driving in the race.
In the tight championship battle last season in Season 9, they were the only one not in the championship fight to win a race. That fateful home win in Pomodoro, as we see the championship fight out in front. Menpifting and Tidrick have been swapping places since the start line.
Yes, and Italy is keeping his chances because he's in the slipstream range just 1.2 behind them, and he seems to fade away from Chris Kors from Mercedes, who are fighting for P5. Also Ava Flakes and Tax just in the distance as Ava Flakes goes wide. That's a very, very good start from Ava Flakes too. He's been fighting for P4 since the start of the race, but he started in P9. He shows why is he in P4 for now. He has claimed his first ever podium. I believe it was in Hisborn. He seems to have improved so much over the seasons. He is the rookie. He is the Division 2 West reigning champion, and he's fighting for his life, for the best positions he can in Division 1, in a bigger division, in a division that's unknown for him.
Avaflakis has taken to Division 1 like a fish to water, already a podium finish. Nearly had another one last time out. Italy, as though, I have to say the same thing about him, kind of came out of nowhere this season, started showing up in Division 2, causing quite a ruckus, and is now a Division 1 full-timer for the new full-time team, Rosato's. Play games up to 9th now, too. Shelvam, disaster start from 3rd, has settled in around the 10th, 12th area, is fighting with Sebastian Cateau right now.
The history of Italy is that he started racing in Season 8 for Port Racing. He has claimed one podium there, and then he was promoted off the season for Season 9 for Division 1, and then he disappeared, and then he came back in Division 2 West. He was signed by Charles Leclerc, Bess and Gio Magno to replace myself in Funny Group Racing, and it seems to pay off so much that he was promoted right away. as Tidrak has built a gap.
Something horrible must have befallen the other Lozado driver of Tax, because they're in 18th and currently 25 seconds.
Yeah, and
off
he's
the pack.
retired.
In fact, they just retired from this race.
Yeah,
So
something
Tax
was
is
done.
out of this race.
Something
He
must
said,
have.
oh, he said his controller disconnected.
Oh,
Oh man, one of the
yeah.
most promising drivers to join Division 1 this season, Tax, in my opinion. Absolutely no luck this season. Hopefully, it's
Yeah.
not this season for Tax.
Yes, Tax has improved also so much over the seasons. He was a middle pack driver last season in Division 2 West, driving for Lezados, and then he has become the midfield for Division 1 driver.
Looking now, it looks like everyone's somewhat stabilizing. There are some positions being swapped in the midfield back and forth. T-Jerk Boy is starting to pull a gap from Man 15. It's hard to say whether this is considered a slip track or not. Because if not just for the blind crest, it's hard to stay in that slipstream and ride over the curb as well. You see every single corner, they're right on top of the painted runoff area. And it's very punishing the surface. So if you follow everybody, then you will have an absolute struggle time.
In this matter, this circuit, this new circuit, is very similar to, I don't know, renovated Nagoya, which has started to be a very technical track, but with a very long straights, which are able to give you the slipstream and possibly the slipstream trains, but they will not ever be as big as they were before the renovation. We remember the Division 1 race in Season 8 where 11 cars, I believe, were packed in 1 second. This remains as the race with the most people that were tied with time on the finish line. I believe Almighty Device and HD Muir were P2, P3 with the same time, as well as the guys in P4, P5. This race has been won by GD David 123, which I don't know, could be his only, but for sure his last race won in Division 1.
I've just received word from one of the drivers in the chat that Italy as though might be in the wrong car. Yes, they're a PHX driver. They're not Lozada's driver. They're in the wrong purple car.
No, wait, what?
Yeah, they were signed to PHX Imperium FRL, which is also a
Oh
purple
yes!
car, but
Oh yes! Oh yes, so Isdo will be disqualified at the end of the session, so his result doesn't really matter to the race results, so... Yes!
I'll double check, because XR3 is present. I don't know if they were signed as a reserve, but I believe, yes, they're not supposed to be in that car.
Yes, Isdo is not supposed to be in Zado's car. He must have mistaken the purple cars, because PHX Imperial car is also being purple. That's also might be the issue for the colors of the car that are visible on the timings, because they are also being very similar. This needs to be changed. This will be changed soon. However, Isdo's result will probably not be even included. So for now, it seems that KitKat is P5, not Italy. Yes. Yes, I haven't even discovered that until you told me.
I didn't even notice until Tax said it in the chat just a few moments ago in the game chat.
Yeah, we completely missed it.
I have to note, by the way, Mercedes 44 fan is currently running in 5th, and I don't believe they've run that high this season, or I don't recall.
Yeah,
his
best result this season, as he goes onto the pits with Crisscross, his best result this season, I don't know, with Italy, not with Crisscross, his best result this season was P11. He was asked by the Cottingens, he asked the Cottingens team boss to be removed from the main seat, and now he seems to be thriving under that no pressure from being a main driver, as he's reserved from Cottingens and for TMP Motorsport. He seems to have thrived this race. He's doing very good job in trying to maintain a top 5 finish. Steedrak has opened the gap with M15. It's just outside the slipstream range, as it's 1.6 seconds, now 1.7, so doesn't matter whether M15 does the green sector, he still falls short to what Tidrak does, which is absolutely fantastic to see, that Tidrak has grown up to the limits of the performance of a human. He has always been, since Season 8, he has been called the fastest driver in FRO history. Now he's even faster. The way he finds...
Now,
the way he...
first pit stops arriving. The track's dry now, so all the drivers who hoped there'd be inters within that first phase, quite disappointing for them. A lot of drivers bank on that sort of thing because they're good on inters. We're going into now the very confusing strategy implications of Long Bay. A lot of people, I mean, Geo started on the hards and is still running there, around where they started. They started in 10. Celebrated that, considering Geo has been quite public about how much they loathe this track. Teacher cuts the beam, no improvement on the time, just driving around on some worn tires. He's falling away from his championship rival.
Yeah, Italy has realized the mistake that he has done, the fatal mistake for his chances for even a single point. His result won't matter anymore, and he basically could just leave the race already.
Always good to get practice mileage, I suppose. That's what Crackdev did last race in Division 2, where he was aware that his livery was wrong, but he still wanted to stick.
Yeah, it's a...
the result didn't matter. Some might say that's not very sportsmanlike, but others have no issue with it. Fastest first sector in 13th for Goemi Chris 2. 14th.
Goemi Chris 2, who has set the purple sector 2, has gone on to mediums. He couldn't even do the fastest lap of the race on softs. So that's really ununderstandable. That's not understandable at all, that Goemi Chris is doing purple sector lap times on a worse, theoretically worse compound of tires. And he's done another purple. It seems that it might seem that the reason is the slipstream, but remember that he was in the slipstream fight with Play Games at the start of the race, so it's very confusing, but Goemi Chris is seemingly putting on the lap that will flash as the fastest one, and we will see what lap time this will be. So Goemi Chris, the Swift GP leader, without Andrew, he will cross the line behind Italy, and he will become likely the fastest driver on track. 148.0 on mediums is a giant lap time.
Who has and hasn't stopped right now? I think we're starting to see some convergence between two different strategies.
Let me see. So the one that hasn't stopped are drivers from P1 to P11. So Maxim Ninja closes the timetable for the drivers who hasn't pitted yet. And the gap between Maxim Ninja and Italy is 4.3 seconds. That's the gap that will likely melt in ice every corner, every second done. Now it's 4.1, and both Italy, Goemi Chris with another purple sector, so it seems that Goemi Chris is not done.
A good sort of gap to keep an eye on is Play Games in 5th, who hasn't stopped, and Goemi Chris 2 and 13th, who has. They were together on track in the beginning phase of this race. We'll see how their strategies converge. It'll give us a good view of which strategy is currently doing well, as Goemi Chris 2 is hounding Maxim Ninja 33, but dips into the grass and has to wait to fight another day.
Yes, and Goemi Chris also did a mistake. The mistake that cost him way too much time. Too much time that he is not even seeing Idlo Isdo on his screen. Idlo Isdo is going through like turn 15 and 16, and Goemi Chris is has just passed that as the top three is making their way up to into the pit boxes. So we'll see which of the drivers. T-Drake hasn't missed the pit box. Budman pivoting. Oh no. So T-Drake comes out of the pits. So does Man pivoting. So will Crisscross. Oh my god. So this will be the top three provisional. I think no. Crisscross falls short to Italy is the end going me crazy. The undercut attempt has worked on the American driver. And Italy is though has.
The end of this as long as I live. Gio leads in Halong Bay in Division 1.
And Italy Isdo has overtaken Man pivoting. He's fighting with him for P4, but it's an equal battle as Man pivoting. Once he warms up his tires, which are brand new, he will just flash away from Italy Isdo.
This is a critical phase for Man pivoting, who's about 4 and a bit seconds behind his rival, and this is sort of what happened last time in Modwick Hill, which in some ways has some similar traits to this one. You're using a lot of the lateral space on the track. Man pivoting still behind Italy, though. Should be cleared into the next corner past this little straight. T-Jerk pulls a gap in the early phases on strategy or on the tire or even just on
it's
pace.
5 seconds.
And Man pivoting usually finds enough pace to catch him in the later phases, but it's just not enough by the end. Because Man pivoting is having a bit of trouble getting past the driver on the different strategy. We'll see if he can do it into the hairpin.
Speaking of the drivers in the different strategies, Tirushevan, while being on mediums, he hasn't stopped yet. It seems that he should be stopping this lap. He seems to go for medium soft strategy as he does. Tirushevan goes into the pits as Gio stays on track, so Tirushevan will likely go onto the soft compound tires. We will monitor his situation in the pit boxes, whether he misses it or not. Whether he put on the right tires, the ones I predict him to do, or not. Oh, he missed the pit box slightly, so this will cost him some time. And Tirushevan goes on hards.
A hard
okay,
tire, so the inverse of what Gio's doing.
Yeah, they are on inverted strategies, Tirushevan and Gio. So all of the drivers are either on hards or on the mediums.
So Tira's going to do only 1 lap more on hards than they did on mediums if that's their first stop in the race.
T-Jerk
that stint was absolute torture for them. We'll see if Gio's going to try to go a bit longer, because I don't think 10, 11 laps on mediums are going to be very pleasant, but I can't imagine that these hard tires are pleasant. Either the hard tire is definitely the most mocked out of all the tires in the community, despite its frequent usefulness. These soft tires seemingly has been abandoned, at least in this middle phase of the race.
Yeah, they are likely to be abandoned for the full time of the race. I have tested softs, I have tested mediums. Mediums are lasting like maximum time of 8 laps until they become undrivable. Softs, they go off after 4, so they are very unlikely to do unless there are some constant weather changes, race that has been soaked with rain. Then softs might be the way to go, but in the dry conditions, we know that the rain has occurred in the first part of the race, but it hasn't been strong enough to provide us with some temptation, with some excitement from the strategies, from the varieties that it could theoretically give. And we have just gone with classic race.
See, now Gio is still the race leader, but T-Jerk, who has stopped, is reeling in a driver who hasn't stopped. Gio is the pit stop. Absolutely loathes this track, this Gio, and that's why I find it so funny. They're leading in Division 1, and they will never hear the end of this, as far as I am aware. Because they have led a full lap, but T-Jerk is probably going to pass them.
Yeah, the overtake is imminent. Gio is still leading the race, but he's seemingly not going to do this anymore, as Gio might love this track, but he's not at this stage of the race, not at this stage of the season. He's not faster than T-Jerk, he's on slower tires, he's on more worn hards, and the overtake is gonna come. T-Jerk is right on the tail of Gio Magno. He's just about to overtake him, and he's going to flash past into these two follow-ups, and it's done. And it's executed perfectly by the Dutch.
I mean, these two are on different strategies. They're on different, effectively, net parts of the racetrack. So, Gio won't be too concerned about Tetrick getting by. He's the current true race leader. Gio just needs to do his own race, not get involved fighting with drivers outside of his window, and maximize the strategy later, because of all the people who are doing this one-stop sort of race, and even his rivals in the same area who are on the different strategy, getting that medium tire stint done later will give him the advantage over someone like Tiru, who, for instance, started on the mediums and is now going to take a long, hard stint to the end of this race. Gio will have a shorter, hard stint, so in theory will have better tires to the end.
I actually wonder whether Tetrick will go on these hards until the end, because mark the situation where Tetrick has stopped for hard tires on lap 7. I don't want to say that I doubt it, but I actually tempt to think that hards might not be the way to the end. 40 laps on hard compounds. We will see how Gio reacts to these 14 laps. Now he is on lap 12, and we will see when will he pit for a new set of probably mediums. And the question is, where will actually Gio come out of the pits? He will probably go behind Mempifting. He will go behind Crisscross. Crisscross, who is just behind Mempifting. That was unseen. And Italy is also behind them. So they are all within touching distance of the reigning, not reigning world champion, the champion from season 8, the runner-up, current runner-up of the championship. That's very, very interesting to see, as Crisscross has even set a green sector 1. The gap is currently 0.7 of a second, and everything could happen once one of the drivers take a mistake.
There are little battles throughout the track. There's one happening right now for 12th place.
Yes.
Involving about 3 drivers. Mercedes, Brawlstar, and Glitzy Glow are fighting for the final points position.
Saucy is also within touching distance.
Hound to 10th place.
Strategy-wise, Mercedes and Glitzy Glow are on medium compound tires, Brawlstar is in on hards, as well as Saucy Imposter, who is just behind, but he has some chances to detronize all of them 3 drivers, and Brawlstar seems to overtake Mercedes for the final points position and cut a little bit of breathing space over the other drivers that are just behind him, that are on a hunt for that final place position for points. As Goimi Chris has yes.
The second stop of the day have now come out right in front of their teammate for this race, Electric 28. As Brawlstar does finally get in front of Mercedes 44 fan.
Yeah,
we'll see
and
what he can do on the second stop.
And Goimi Chris is likely going to be recovering back places as he goes just a little bit too early, and he makes a mistake, a crucial mistake for the race it might be, because the gap to Saucy Imposter that he has to take down is just under 4 seconds. That's a lot.
Only a driver currently setting an improved sector on a timed lap. Kit Kat has a green first sector, but is going back into the usual mid-race red sectors. Up in 6th place, they were actually the pole sitter in Division 2 West last season, not even a full-time driver in that series, without taking a single purple sector on that fateful day. Funny Group Racing's first points ever in any Formula ROBLOX championship.
Yeah, we need to take on down the information that during this qualifying it was wet. It was wet conditions, actually, the first time that it happened in the history of this track, and Kit Kat was the last one to complete a lap in this qualifying, and it was flashed. And it turned out to be Kit Kat making a difference in the timings, as Kit Kat actually overtakes both Gio and Italy Isdo, who are coming out of the pits. Gio is going on mediums and Italy is going on mediums.
Mediums to the end for both drivers. Interesting because I forget if they're on the same strategy or not. Those two
No.
kind of like one stops.
No, Italy Isdo was not on Hearts on at the beginning. Mark that Italy Isdo was actually in P3 at one stage of the race, so he started on soft compound of tires. So Italy is on a two-stop, while Gio is on a one-stop and is just behind Mercedes for a battle for P10. With Brosters just a little bit ahead, with a little bit of that breathing space that he has spawned after overtaking Mercedes.
That is an absolute crucial piece of strategy, especially for the later divisions. Gio and Italy is though pitting on the same lap for the same tire, off of completely different strategies. I'm curious how that compares to their starting position relative to their final race times. That would be a good piece of strategy to keep in mind for later divisions. Also noting that it was a bit wet at the start of the race.
Let me mesmerize the standings, the Division 1 standings of this race. Let's have them by our side. And let's see how this goes. So, Tijek will likely to be on 20 points advantage. Am I mistaken? No. Yes, 90 points advantage over Mempifting. And then going with Chris is not on points yet. And Crisscross with a potential P3 finish could land in P5. As Royal is not racing for obvious reasons, as Andrew is not racing, Lepre is just instead of Andrew, so he could land on P5. And the gap to Ava Flakes, it could be Ava Flakes is in P5 at this current stage of this race, so he will receive 12 points. So this could mean that he could have just under 60 points, 59. And considering that Crisscross, oh my god, could have 44, the gap would be 50 points, 15. And also Tirushava, who is in P7, he could receive 9 points if the race has ended just now. And with that tally of the race, he could land in P6.
If the race finishes in this order with the top
P7.
two, T-Jerk will have a 18-point advantage over Manpifting. 25
Oh, yeah,
points to win, and extra 3 points for pole. Manpifting gets 20 points for second place, and extra 2 points for being in second place in qualifying as well. 158 and 140, that's an 18-point advantage between the two of them. Only Chris 2, as it stands, will score, and in fact is setting a very fast lap right now in 10th place, the Swift GP driver, as they were earlier in the race.
Exactly.
Fastest first sector for Goemi Chris 2 in 10th place.
Exactly. Goemi Chris has already overtaken Brawl Stars for P10. The next suspect down the line is Gio. He will begin the hunt in a minute. Now he just wants to finish the lap, as Brawl Stars Master seems to get closer to him and maybe have a chance on overtaking him back again. Goemi Chris does not improve his lap and he has got earlier. As Avaflake isn't
gravel into the hairpin. I saw that while he was fighting Brawl Stars Master. Just got a little caught up in battle there, dipped into the gravel. He lost a lot of time on what could have been a sensational lap. As Mercedes hits, KitKat just came in the 13 machine. Play Games and Avaflakis are fighting for the scraps, the best of the rest position just off the podium. Crisscross OMG having an absolutely phenomenal race up there in third.
Yeah, this could be his first ever podium. He missed out on it just laps away from the end of the race in Constantina, where he was driven by overtaken by Mempifting and Goemi Chris. He hasn't chose the right strategy, and it seems that he's craving for some more. He doesn't P3 doesn't make him interested. He's willing to take that Mempifting's P2. As Arsenal scores for 4-0
He would be
with
bucking a trend
leads.
if he did. He hasn't run that many races this season, but every time he has run, he's done a phenomenal job. 5th place in round 2, 4th place in round 3. This is his 3rd start of the season. If he gets 3rd place, he's starting quite a linear trend, but I don't think he's quite satisfied with that. Any driver that you don't want to have to face up in the front of the track, it's the confirmed racing squad drivers in season 10. Crisscross OMG doesn't seem intimidated. He's going to try into the first corner. On the brakes, on the power they go. Line astern, downhill. He's going to have to wait for the next slipstream opportunity unless he can outbrake Van Pifting, but you'll have to wake up pretty early in the morning to get ahead of him. But Crisscross OMG has woken up early indeed because he just nosed ahead for just a moment. Van Pifting throwing a defensive shape just briefly into that corner. Only so much you can do. You have to use every bit of racetrack. Going into the S's, Van Pifting is starting to pull ahead again.
Yeah, that's very, very interesting to see. Champion faces the man that has never showed on a podium, and they are fighting for P2 at this brand new track.
You see in the chat there, Crisscross OMG says he's having fun. He's just having a great time right now. He's enjoying running up front, fighting these drivers. He has no stake in this championship compared to Van Pifting, who has all the stake in this championship. Interesting merging of worlds there. Crisscross OMG, nothing to lose except the podium, but even then he has quite a margin. So he has enough comfortable margin to really throw everything at Van Pifting.
Oh, he goes a bit wide. And you need to
in this particular scenario.
And you need to take a look on the fact that out of 5 races that we have competed in, not excluding Halong, he has turned up in only 3 of them, and he has scored 28 points from them. So, am I right? No. No, he has...
5th and a 4th place, those are his finishes this season.
Yeah, only 2 races out of 5, and this is his 3rd race this season out of 6. And this could be another top 5 finish and a finish on the podium as he comes to overtake Van Pifting for a brief moment. Will he maintain this position out of sector 1 into this fast falling section? Downhill we go. Crisscross and Van Pifting fighting for it. Will to will as he goes a little bit faster with a better line, and Van Pifting seems to gain the place back as he does. And KitKat also gets the fastest out of the race once again in the same fashion as he did that remarkable Division 2 West Pole without any purple sector, as Crisscross and Van Pifting, just like Van Pifting did with T-Jerk, they are swapping places around as Van Pifting must have done a mistake.
He's fallen back from his rival in this particular race, Crisscross OMG. The hunter becomes the hunted, becomes the running away with 2nd place. Orleo Cotangen's driver in the Williams tribute livery up into 2nd place as KitKat. The driver in 13th, driver number 13, sets the fastest lap of the race.
Nice cut with the library Stambas has made, but Crisscross in this library has become a beast. He is maximizing the damage that he has taken in the qualifying. Remember that he started P5, now he's P2. He is driving for the Driver of the Day award, as T-Jerk is just in his own league, but for the best of the race, the award might go to Crisscross if he maintains that position with 4 laps to go. But they will all become to begin lap 19 as T-Jerk just does that.
Ilias though was already probably going to be disqualified, but has officially retired from this race, so we'll give you some more accurate standings. Promotes Brawl Stars to the points paying positions as it stands right now, and they have quite a gap to Leopard behind, so they should be alright in the points if they continue running how they are running now. As Van Pifting is not letting Crisscross run away with this. He is still hounding despite that mistake we didn't catch on the broadcast. He is not letting the Cotangent driver run away. He needs that 2nd place. He needs every bit of points he can. He doesn't want to have a 20-point disadvantage to his championship rival, which I believe he would have if he finished where he is right now.
Yeah, we know Van Pifting. We know how experienced he is. We know how of a fighter character he has. We know that he craves for that 4th driver's title, becoming the driver with the most titles, overtaking possibly Andy. So he will not let Crisscross get away with his P2 that he was taken away with. So Crisscross drives for his life to get away from Mempifting's hands. And he does that perfectly for now, but will it change in the matter of seconds, in the matter of corners, in the matter of 3 laps that are left in this race?
Crisscross isn't throwing a defensive shape. He's not weaving like crazy in all the straights except to get back on the racing line. He's simply trying to go as fast as possible to keep Manpifting behind. No interest in stopping the slipstream now, as we see the Swift GP driver chasing Sebastian Coteau for 8th place. Hugh Sheldon has recovered up to 7th after that disaster start. However, they started in 3rd place, so they've somewhat neutralized themselves in this race.
Yes,
Games is running at 6th, Gio in 5th. Very strong running for Gio, considering how much he talks about how he hates this track. This is his worst track.
Yes.
My humor, but any hopes of him ever returning to Division 2 will be quashed if he continues running like he is, as if they weren't.
As he overtakes Ava Flakis for P4. As he overtakes Ava Flakis for P4, this could be his best race since Season 7. He got P4 in Kilima in the last race of the season before being banned for 1 year, before coming back as a McLaren driver for Division 2 West races. He has come P3 in this championship standings, having a lot of podiums, 1 victory in Rio. He has come back to Division 1 for this season. He hasn't been performing well, but he does now. He is pulling away from Ava Flakis. He's pulling away from that very, very fast in races play games. He's pulling away, or he has pulled away from already from Tirushavam, as Gio is on a hunt. He's on a rampage, and he seems to have his rampage completed. He's in P4. He's happy. He's determined to have some more of these in the upcoming races. He is currently fighting for the honor of Funny Group Racing, as Sebastian Coteau is driving well, but he's in P9. He could have expected better after this stunning qualifying position. He has come in P4, fell short to Tirushavan by a 10th or 2, and he's in P9. But Gio has a phenomenal drive, and the choice for the driver of the day will be stacked and packed, and everyone will have a headache choosing their best driver of this race.
Hey, look, no love lost between these two. Gio and Avaflakis are all too familiar with each other from Division 2 West. They were fighting with each other constantly. It looks like Avaflakis might be struggling with some grip, because he just lost a position to Play Games as well, who claws his way up to 5th, as KitKat is fighting for... So he's sealed 10th place. Sussy Imposter and Brawl Stars are fighting for 11th place currently, as KitKat has run away from this battle. Currently looking to see who's going to be the last point scorer as it stands. Both of them want that 11th place and that extra point. As Mercedes takes left lead.
As Manpifting has taken back all the damage that he has done to Crisscross. Last lap of the race, and there is a battle for P2, active and live. They are all for Sector 2, for that blind turn 6 that has turned so many problems for so many drivers before the race and during this race. Now for that fast, deceivable chicane. Manpifting seems to have taken back the position from Crisscross, but it's not over yet. Not over until they all cut the beam for the last 21st time. Now they seem to not make any mistakes at all, but Manpifting has cuts a blood in his arms again, and he seems to pull away from Crisscross once again, but it's not over yet. They all come for the Sector 3, for these 2 follow-up corners, and at last, up the hill. Now they go up the hill for turn 15 and turn 16. Who will be in P2?
I think T-Jerk's about to take the flag soon.
Yes, but let's forget about him for a moment. We have more interesting battles. He crosses the line to win, but Manpifting and Crisscross, who is gonna take that P2? It seems that Manpifting will be in P2 as Crisscross makes a mistake, but it's a very, very good race, awarded with his first podium in Division 1.
Gio, on what he calls his worst track, takes his best results in Division 1 in 2 seasons with 4th place at Halong Bay. Play Games recovers from the back of the field to 5th Avaflakis continues a strong run. Going Me Chris 2 is in 7th. Tio Chalban qualified third.
Oh,
Colors
KitKat is
eighth.
disconnected. KitKat is
And KitKat
disconnected. Is a
disconnects with the fastest lap on the final lap of the race.
in a
And
fervor of
Mercedes
battles.
44 fan is going to claw a point finish out of this after all. Mercedes
Yes,
44 fan, his
in a
fortunes
fervor.
turn, an extra point for TMP Motorsport.
So, in a fervor of battles out on the track, we have forgot about KitKat's heartbreaking disconnection, and that makes Mercedes 44 fan claim that final point that is left up for him, and it is one of the most remarkable ones, as he has 4 points now. Brawl Stars Master comes as the winner of the battle between Brawl Stars Master and Sassy Imposter, and what a race that was. As we see Glitziglow taking up his one last final spot in the pits. Wow.
No merit against Trix. What's the word? No merit against Trisky Decaphobes. And this particular race, KitKat, of course, running the number 13 on his car. Trisky Decaphobia, the irrational fear of the number 13, if you're not aware.
Okay, so let's take a look at the driver's standings after this round. What could it look like, possibly? So, wait, let's take a look. I'm gonna stretch it out a bit. No, not this one.
I know it'll be
Why?
an 18-point advantage in the championship lead. That much I know.
Right, so T-Jerk will continue to lead the championship by 18 points, and then going me Chris with a P7 finish. He's going to have 82 points, and then in P4 there's going to be Avery Flakies with 10 points in his tally. Yes, with 10 points in his tally, so it's going to be 57 points. And then in P5 off goes Crisscross, oh my god, with 45. That's the top 5. Where is Geo going to land? He has 40 points to add, and he has 27 now, and it's going to be P8 for him. No, let's forget it. Who is your driver today?
Crisscross OMG, easy. Geo did a great job, but I think the podium is the deciding factor for me.
Yeah, for me also. Not only for the fact that he's actually driving for my team, but we need to get an honorable mention to Gio. The way that he described this track, the way that the all of that hatred that he has pulled on Halong Bay, and he has made there his best result ever. And he matched his result that he has taken in Division 2, Division 1 Season 7. That might be the change of plans for Geo, and he might change his statement about this track. But yeah, Crisscross is my drive today as well.
Geo changing his position on something, not a chance in Hades. What a brilliant race that turned out to be. A strategic masterclass all around the field. But out in front, it's Confirm Racing Squad 1-2
Once
once
again.
again. Nobody can crack the code of what makes these two drivers so fast, except possibly their desire to beat each other.
No driver this season has stood on a P2 or higher. It's always 1-2 finish from Confirm Racing Squad. But it seems that Crisscross was the closest to ruin the Confirm Racing Squad's party, as we will come back to you in the same squad in the commentary booth in like 3 hours for Division 2 West race. So
Until then, my name is Gus the Goose, and I'll see you when Formula Roblox League returns. Goodbye.
And I will also say goodbye to you. My name was Quatrus, and I was pleased to join you here today. We will depart now, but we will